What's up, squad? It's Brandon from the Bantu Sun, and thank you so much for joining me today. Just got through reading a great article around the conflict in Sudan. Of course, there's so much going on, Ukraine, Russia, Israel, Palestine, but we mustn't forget that we still have Sudan in crisis mode. And that war has been going for some time now, and it's grinding stalemate between these two forces that are not able to overcome each other. One being a central government, the General Burhane, and the other one being the Rapid Support Forces, RSF, from the western regions of the country, primarily Darfur region, along the border of Chad, under General Dagalo, also known as Hamedi. So the story is that the General Hamedi was actually able to travel internationally for the first time, and he's making diplomatic trips. And it's really stuck out to me because in all in all forms and manner, he's pretty much an insurrectionist, a mutineer. So the fact that he is traveling as if he is part of the central government with a sense of impunity and immunity shows how much power this general has. And it was also interesting his first trip. You got to pay attention to where is he going because this is going to be key to his network that he's maintaining these relationships. And of course, he visits Uganda to the south, and he goes out east to Ethiopia. So it was really interesting. These countries are in Africa, and General Burhan from the central government has already accused the UAE. This is who many believe are the ultimate backers of the RSF, or believe that the UAE is the gateway which RSF is able to sustain itself into the global commerce system. So UAE is believed to be funneling weapons through Central African Republic and Uganda to the RSF, as well as funneling them through the the air by plane through neighboring countries such as Libya and Chad. So this is very contentious. If it's true, of course, everyone has denied this, but Hamedi had just met with President Museveni in Uganda and Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed in Ethiopia. So that being the case, it's going to be interesting on how they can resolve this conflict because Hamedi is a very strong, powerful influencer. But what it appears, though, is he's still from the outside. He's still from the west part of the country. He's not part of the oligarch class of Khartoum. So it's possible he can never be accepted in the central government as an insider. Being an outsider will always be that conflict. Remember, a lot of this was just about him maintaining his own dominion and troops out west and not being brought into the fold of the military. This all started over a power sharing compromise, which Hamidi was not a fan of. So, that being the case, the question is one, how do you mitigate Hamidi, or can you? Because his networks, his ability to solve problems, I made a previous video on everything you need to know about the Sudan conflict. We've talked about this General Hamidi is a great problem solver, whether that's preventing mass migration up to the Mediterranean to Europe, whether that's operating the mines, the gold mines in the Western country of Darfur. He's a great ally to many people, especially people that's trying to get a foothold in the very wealthy and lush country of Sudan. So this conflict still has no end in sight. This is quite evident by the central government's inability to curtail or mitigate the damage being done by the RSF. It also shows the RSF's staying power. It's this borderline on the verge of almost a partition of the country because these two forces are not able to compromise, nor are they able to take each other over. So it's going to be interesting as well to see the relationship evolve and to see who's really behind these forces because it's not into those powers behind these forces that constantly sustain them, get their goods to the global markets, which are able to buy their troops and buy their weapons, and two of those powerful forces are at the compromise table, it's going to be very difficult. Of course, General Hamidi is traveling right now, and he is making himself appear as the peacemaker. And as you know, there has been a form of cleansing in the western portions of the country. So by groups that are affiliated or are believed to be a part of the RSF. So this conflict is across the entire country. Sudan has already been beleaguered due to its partition or its breakaway or succession of South Sudan over a decade ago. And now it finds itself in another massive bloody war. And this time the international fingerprints are all over it. So we'll see how it evolves. Let us know if you got any thoughts, if you heard any news. This is continually breaking, and this is just a human tragedy that's occurring in Sudan right now. So comment below if you have any thoughts or inside information. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoy the content. Until next time, take care. Bantu out.